Welcome. I'm Jason, and this is Cutler's Appliance Repair with our new channel on how to take care of your appliances and keep your home safe. This particular video is going to be about dryer vent services. One of the biggest mistakes I hear about or see is people wanting to clean their dryer vent. Now, I'm not saying not to clean your dryer vent, but if you're going to clean your dryer vent, do it right. Be safe about it. Know what you're doing. The simplest thing is to understand, what is your dryer doing? How does your dryer work? Your vent does one thing. It allows vapor, moisture, air to exit the dryer, to leave the machine so that the clothes end up dry after being heated. Everyone assumes if there's something wrong with the dryer, chances are it's the vent. Easy fix. Biggest problem, it's normally not the dryer, the vent. If it is the vent, just cleaning the vent is a bigger problem. You need three things for a fire. You need material, lint. You're going to need something to ignite the lint, like a heater or a flame if you have gas. And the last thing you're going to need for the good fire is oxygen. And that's going to come from your vent. And again, the biggest mistake that I see is people watching a video and saying, oh, well, I can clean out my dryer vent. Let me put this leaf blower in there. That ought to work. Yeah, you're going to blow some lint out of the vent, but you've done nothing for the dryer. Well, actually, you have. You've added more oxygen to the interior of your dryer. And so my message to everyone is all dryers catch on fire. It's just a matter of time, unless you clean out your dryer. So today's lesson is the proper way of cleaning out your dryer. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first step to the dryer vent cleaning process, opening up the dryer. The most important thing you can do, look inside the dryer first. You have no business touching the vent until you know what you're going to find inside that dryer. Is there already lint inside there, burning or burnt? And I say burning because I've had customers where I've opened up that dryer and it was still burning, whether it's a smolder or an actual fire. I've seen it. It happens. So the first step, your first step, open up the dryer. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you the process. Hire a professional. If you're comfortable doing something like this, there are videos out there that show you how to do it. Just know, always unplug the machine, wear gloves, don't cut yourself. Biggest mistake people make is breaking the machine trying to get into it. So if you don't feel comfortable, call a professional. You can call an appliance repairman to come open the machine and vacuum out the interior and tell you what he thinks of the belt and other parts while he's in there. Hopefully he doesn't charge you too much. After the inside of the machine is done, maybe the same appliance guy, if you're lucky, also does the dryer vent service. That would be the best way to do it, because then you know you've got someone who can fix your dryer if there's an issue, and he can get that vent done. It's something within his scope field. I believe all appliance repairmen should clean dryer vents. Quick note, if you're blowing a fuse on your dryer and the dryer repairman wants to replace the fuse and doesn't suggest cleaning the dryer vent, don't let him do it. You're going to blow that fuse again. He'll be back. So if you need to change the fuse on your dryer, chances are you've got a clogged vent or something is clogged inside the dryer. Again, once you've opened this up and you can look inside, you'll see the flywheel. You'll find that credit card you're missing or the diamond ring that your wife lost. You never know. So again, the first step for your dryer vent service is not touching the vent, but opening the dryer. So once we have our dryer open, we can better check out the inside of the dryer. You're going to know the condition of your machine. You're going to be able to make that better judgment in the future on whether you should be making that repair or replacing that machine, because you'll have eyes on. So in this clip, you will see a dryer. It's open. I've got my brush in the lint screen area that everyone's always trying to clean out. You do get clogs in there. It can happen. In that little flywheel below, you can start to gather lint on the blades, and it'll actually clog the machine where it doesn't dry very well. So if it's not a clog in the actual vent itself and you're still having a clog issue 40% of the time, it could be something in there. Sometimes even a crazy shake from the dryer could be like a sock in that flywheel. So it doesn't hurt. The best thing that you're going to do is protect your house and have peace of mind. Have it opened, vacuum it out, take eyes on that heater. If I ever want to scare a customer, I'll put my hand in there on top of the heater, pull forward, and get that lint out of there that's all nice and burnt and crispy. And chances are I'm going to get that dryer vent upsell. So do not clean your vent until you see the condition of the inside of your machine, and you can vacuum all those parts so that when you do put the machine back together and you do go to run it, you have that peace of mind. Never run that machine and go to sleep. Never run that machine and leave your home. Another area that's important to clean is the backside of the dryer. If you're capable of doing it, or just making sure that the service person is doing it, you pull the machine away from the wall. You're going to want to vacuum that back wall of the dryer with those louvers, the area there. It's all there to help it breathe. Lint loves to stick to it. You just don't want anything flammable around that machine, just in case. So we clean that area behind it. When you pull it forward, you'll find lint and hair underneath the machine. We clean that out. All your missing socks, guess what? We found them. So there you go. Also, pay attention to your vent. Is it crushed? Is it kinked? Are there holes in it? These are all things that should be checked before, again, getting to the vent, because you got to do this before you ever get to the vent. And finally, last is the vent cap and the vent in the wall. So you've got some dryers that have a very short run where the dryer vent literally just pokes through a hole in the wall. Very easy to fix, very easy to clean and keep clean. Watch out for critters. They like to try to get in there and make sure that if there's a door on the outside that it's still there, it's not deteriorated or sun baked, because then it gets crispy. Make sure if there is a door there, it opens, that there's not lint in the hinge area that causes the door to stick. Once that area is clear, of course, you can go into the vent. I always use a flexible brush on a drill. Never go in reverse. Always go forward. Keep a vacuum with you. That stuff will kick it out. So I keep my vent. I start in the inside. I put my brush into the wall. I put it on the drill, and mine works in 3-foot increments until we get to the cap. And once we believe we've got as much of that clear as we can, then we go outside to the cap and we will clear the cap out. We'll do an air check to make sure we're not creating vacuum within that vent, making sure there's no other obstructions or lint that was stuck around a 90 or on a corner, those types of things. But again, you want to brush, you want to vacuum, you don't want to use just your leaf blower. That lint gets wet, it sticks to the walls, it wants to become paper mache, and over the years you're losing that airflow. You also, you can get mice, you can get bird nests. So it's a good thing to have a technician who can come out and check those things for you. I would say minimum 2 years, 3 if you ever become retired and you like to clean your house a lot. So just to recap, I can't go over this enough. Remember, you need three things for a fire: material to burn, something to ignite said material, and oxygen. Your dryer is going to create two of those things. Don't let your service guy create the third. I will tell you a story. The last little story here. Customer calls and says, my dryer doesn't work. Can't get out same day. Go out 24 hours later. Open up the dryer, and there is a small fire still burning on the bottom of the machine. And it starts to spread. It spreads because I've opened up the dryer and I've added oxygen. After putting the fire out, pulling the machine away from them all, I realized the vent is 100% clogged. There's no way for oxygen to have gotten inside the machine from the vent, luckily. It would have burned down the entire house. I would have not had that chance to see that customer. So just keep that in mind. Please remember, don't run your dryer and leave the house. Don't run your dryer and go to sleep. I've got a lot of more tips coming your way. So if you like this little video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you again.